Welcome to Pub Talk, the unofficial official craft beer podcast of Oklahoma, where we're all about the three B's, beer buddies and bullshit. I'm Jeremy, your legendary host, and I'm joined as always by my beer brother from another mother, Michael.
Hello, hello.
Today we're coming to you from Nothing's Left Brewing Company in Tulsa to chat with them about their first year of business as they prepare to celebrate their 1 year of the taproom being open.
What up?
Yeah. Make sure to follow us on social media at Pub Talk Podcast. Check out the website, pubtalkpodcast.com, for all you've ever wanted to know about the show and more. All right, let's get started.
We made it.
We're here.
Yep, we did it.
So you guys have been on before, but just for those that maybe didn't listen to that episode, plus it's been a year, just like to start the show off, letting you guys introduce yourselves, start about who you are.
Sure, I'm Travis Richards, the owner, brewmaster, janitor of Nothing's Left Brewing Company.
And Satan as well, apparently.
Incarnate.
I'm Lacy. I'm actually Travis's wife, and I'm everything else that Travis isn't. So that's an easier way to sum it up.
Okay.
More like, what are you?
What don't you do?
Don't you
Yeah.
do?
Brew the beer.
No, I just don't brew the beer. I'm usually not the janitor. I have been.
So I guess we'll just kind of start off with it's been a year. Holy shit, it's been a year, right?
Pretty crazy.
What have been the biggest surprises, whether they're good or bad, of the first year of business?
Yeah, I'll go first and just say that, like, the sheer amount of beer that we brew and move. Like, I kind of started off with the smaller system and just kind of focused on taproom, and even that still, like, we grew out of our initial brewing space so fast. Like, it blew my mind how quick we needed more room for more fermenters to make more beer, just for the taproom. So that's probably mine.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I think moving it, and then also people's just very genuine reception to it, just like very interested in the things that we had to do, because we always feel like, hey, no one's gonna like my stuff, like an artist, like no one's gonna like my shit.
Sure.
And then, you know, you throw cookies or you throw cereal into a beer and people are like, oh my god, I love it. And you just never really see that coming. You just think it's gonna be like, you know, some little thing that you do, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People really liked it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people like adjuncts in beer.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
We are kind of that brewery. We're the Pop-Tart brewery.
That's right. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, speaking of that, you guys have become known for all the adjuncts and also different type beers that you make. What have been some of your favorites over the past year?
Oh, man.
Favorites to drink or favorites to make?
Both.
Both.
Oh.
Okay. So favorite to drink is probably D's Nuts. Just because it's always something that I want to drink, right? You know, peanut butter and chocolate. Favorite to make was probably Cinnamon Toast Crunk, I think, just because the process was a little bit more challenging, I think, to actually get that flavor into the beer. So, yeah, it took 2 or 3 iterations of small batch to get it right, and that's always that's my idea of a good time, is starting back from the basics and figuring out what's wrong and fixing it.
I think mine, for like population wise, was Man Hands, actually.
Oh, nice.
It was a super small batch. It was made actually with like really
tops.
really like oily muffin tops. Like, it was really strange. It was the weirdest thing. And we get asked about it constantly.
Yeah,
and it's
it was
probably
really
been
good.
yeah, it's probably been 4 months since we've had it on.
Yeah.
And we thought it was, I mean, Travis was like, it's not the best we've ever done. He was just like, I'm not really happy with it.
Oh, I think that was probably, that was one of those things where all the ingredients just screamed like, not gonna work, you know?
Yeah.
Like oily muffin tops, and like, I just kept thinking about head retention, like that's really gonna screw up the head retention, right? And then we get the beer out and it's like perfect. And, but yeah, no, I think the next iteration of Man Hands is probably gonna be about twice as good, because I know what I'm looking for. And what I'm looking for is better, so.
I really like that one. I mean, I'm sure it'll be good. So one I was going to bring up, just selfishly, I'm going to talk about my favorite beer you guys have done in the last year. Was the PB incident that you guys had at Hop Journal.
Wow, yeah.
That was a scary one.
Yeah.
Definitely called incident for a reason.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll let that truck go.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
For your sir.
Maybe have another. I better not say that. It'll happen.
Right.
We're on 6th Street, so.
Can you kind of talk to us about how what went into that beer and how you?
That was a scary one, man, because really, that was probably one of the bigger stages for a beer, and to basically leave all of that up to chance was pretty scary.
Yeah.
And not to mention Taylor was live streaming.
Right.
He was live streaming us throwing darts.
Yeah.
And so it's not like we could have just been oops, that sucked. Let's try it again. Whatever happened is what happened.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be peanut butter, wasabi,
And what was crazy was Travis. If you don't know, Travis practiced on that dartboard for hours. I mean,
trying to hit what he
hours.
wanted.
Trying to hit. He would position it and be
good.
if I do it here, here, and here, it's gonna be balanced. It'll be okay. It'll be a fruit and a sour, and it'll be this. And then Taylor shows up and it goes habanero, wasabi, peanut butter.
Hey.
We were all like, oh my god.
I was aiming for something cool, like
Yeah, it was
lactose.
delicious.
Thank God.
A sour beer. I was really hoping it'd be a lactose sour, with pineapple and coconut and super fruity. And no, the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Nice.
But as far as making the beer, I just approach it like we do every other beer. I just slowly increase the flavors until they blend well. And another reason why it was scary too is because there's so many people at Hop Jam.
Right.
That got publicized to basically every single person that went to Hop Jam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we were on the radio that morning, the morning of Hop Jam, talking about this peanut butter wasabi beer. And so that was kind of freaky. But we did it. And a lot of people said it was probably one of their favorite offerings from us. And I'm like, really? I make all this other stuff? And you
Was it really your favorite beer we've ever done?
Well, from the last year, as far as the taproom one-offs and stuff like that, yeah. Wow. That one gets my vote. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, we should can those little baby cans. We were talking about actually doing something called a firecracker.
No.
Just
Nobody
a
still
really
does.
hot, small,
Very spicy.
8-ounce can.
Small, one of those little shorties.
Yeah.
Those little guys.
And just being see if you can finish this beer.
Yeah. It'd be great for
challenge
incidental.
accepted, clearly.
Yeah.
Well, just, it's between you and your toilet.
Right. That it is.
Ooh, not our toilet. Don't do it here.
Please. Do you have any of these crazy beers we're talking about planned that you can share with us right now?
So I'm working on a recipe right now for a chocolate chip cookie beer.
Okay.
But it's too hot outside, and I really just want to keep fresh baked goods style beers for when it starts getting
Colder
a little
months.
colder out.
Yeah.
And we also have 4 beers coming up. Four beers coming either back or brand new for this next week for our anniversary week. So
Okay.
it's we're kind of. We saved them up. If anybody's noticed, we've only put on maybe one new beer in the past month or so, just because we're all we've been focusing on making the beers for the anniversary week.
Yeah, and stocking flagships, which takes a lot of brewing power. People are always like, what's new? And I'm like, well, our tanks have been full of the flagship, so it's hard to make something new.
So
Sure.
people drink all the regular stuff, and along with the special one-off stuff, and you just got to fill tanks.
Yeah.
Keep them full. Keep the taps full, really.
Yeah.
Right on.
Speaking of anniversary week, you guys have a lot of things planned coming up.
Oh yeah, I'll let Lace take over
Oh
this
my
weekend.
God. What do we not have planned?
It's 7 days straight.
Yeah.
So, let me give you the
Literally.
full rundown. Monday is our second annual, which is exciting to say because it's only our first year and I get to say second annual. The Basic Bitch Night, which is for ladies, but if you've got the balls to come in, I accept any men who would like to come in and try the Basic Bitch. We'll have Nothing Bunk Cakes out and the Sincerely Yours flower truck, which is cool, and then just a really good time, and that's the night Basic Bitch will be released, so that's our...
Which is on point, by the way.
Yeah.
You guys have to taste it before you go today.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's our pumpkin spice beer, and it's not really any true style. Travis kind of calls it a mud. It's
It is.
between maybe a brown and a wheat, or what would you say?
Somewhere between an amber and a stout.
Amber and
I would
stout,
say
yeah.
an amber with the body of a stout, with the pumpkin spice Ugg boots, and
Starbucks muffin.
Oh yeah, lactose. I mean, it barely falls under any category.
Yeah. So that's Monday and Tuesday. We always have tacos and trivia, but this week, instead of just giving away $50 cash, we're doing $100 cash for the first place prize, plus a $50 gift card for the tap room, which will cover your tab for the night, which is great. Second place gets another $50 and another $25 gift card, and then the third place gets all new shirts that we have coming up the next day. So you'll actually get a free piece of apparel that we'll be releasing, like I said, Wednesday. And then 918 Day, which is Wednesday, we're going to release 6 new shirts and a new pint glass that says Tulsa and a really neat new logo, which is cool, and dog shirts, which we're big fans of animals. If you don't know, we are very pet friendly in our tap room. We really love having animals. We did one of the events I always love to talk about is our that Paws and Claws.
Yeah.
We did last December. That was killer. So bring your babies and we'll have a good night. We're also going to release our first barrel-aged stout, which we've never done. And that's going to be really beautiful coming out of Buffalo Trace barrels. So there's that. And then Thursday we're going to do bingo, because why not? It's brewery and birthday bingo. And my really sassy... Yeah, exactly. My super sassy sister is going to do it, and I'm sure it's going to be a hoot. So we'll give away lots of prizes there. And then Friday, we're going to do like an Oktoberfest kind of night. We're going to get in Burnco Brats, release our Oktoberfest beer, our Marzen called Prost. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday is the actual birthday party, which I have commissioned, don't laugh, a local baker to do mini cakes, 20 mini birthday cakes, made, and the icing is made from these nuts.
The beer.
The beer.
Yes.
The icing is made from the stout called These Nuts. And so the first 20 purchases in the tap room get a little mini cake made from These Nuts stout. And then just throughout the day, we're going to release a new birthday cake stout that Trav has on tap. And axe throwing that 9. It's just going to be a really fun day.
Yeah, just pretty much the whole day. There's something to do.
Yeah.
For anybody that wants to come out.
So yeah, that means Monday we release the Basic Bitch, Wednesday is the Barrel Age, Friday's Oktoberfest, and then Saturday's the new birthday cake stout.
And then Sunday we all take a breather.
Right.
And just regular business.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
So
Very
it's
cool.
gonna be a crazy week.
Well, speaking of new things, we're sitting in the new brew house right now doing this podcast. Mm-hmm. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, sure. We are finally in the home stretch of basically a 4-month project to move our brew house and add some tanks and stuff to a building we got next door to us. If anybody saw the brew house before, it was about 410 square feet basically in a box, and now we've moved that over to 2,400 square feet. So we can actually, I can not touch both walls with my arms out.
Right.
So that's a good thing. So a lot more space and a lot more room for tanks and a lot more room to be able to just maneuver stuff and can and have a blast over here. And we plan to open it up for events and whatnot.
Okay.
And eventually at some point we'll do tours and just kind of, we're just super happy to have the need there.
Yeah.
To move into a bigger space to up our production and, add tanks.
Yeah. So that's one of our things. We'd like to do more distribution. Mm-hmm. It's been really hard for us. We've always chosen taproom over, just like can distribution or keg distribution. Mm-hmm. So this definitely allows us to have more room for that. Just, I don't know, do the big stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Awesome. Join the big boys.
So over the past year, all of your staff became Cicero certified beer servers.
Yeah.
Why was that important to you guys, and how do you think that's helped the service of the tap room?
To be the best, provide the best service. And one thing I think that annoys me about going to other tap rooms are bartenders that don't know what they're talking about. So you go and ask about, so what kind of beer is this? And they're like, I don't know. Read the thing. Like I want our staff to be like, oh, well, this is a stout, and this is what makes this stout special. And it's more about education, I think, for both our staff and for the public, because people can like something, but I think, getting a little bit more involved and having somebody who's more excited about the product, talking to you to sell it to you is a lot better than just being like, whatever, the beer is what it says it is, talk about it, Our watermelon goza, it's a little salty. It tastes like, salt on a watermelon, not like, it's a sour beer, this is one of those things, you just gotta, just education and also it really, engaged the whole staff. Like, they were excited to like show up and take a test about beer, which was pretty awesome.
Yeah, for me it was two reasons for sure. It was, I think probably every day we get asked, hey, I only like Miller Lite, or I only like Angry Orchard. What would I like here?
Yeah.
And so it's super important for my staff to say, okay, well, for sure, if you like X, you probably might like what we have Y. And, making those connections. We try really consistently to have, I don't know, probably quarterly have meetings with our staff where they're trying every single beer we have on tap again.
Awesome.
Does it taste the same as it did last time you try it? Do you prefer this big hoppy flavor over a juicy NEPA? Do you prefer this heavy, like, barrel-aged stout compared to a porter? And just getting their feet kind of wet. And I'll be honest, not all of our staff is crazy beer drinkers, but they're very educated and they're very unbiased and they're very subjective. And we've always wanted people who were motivated and kind and passionate about what they were doing. And so we try really hard to, like, engage them so that they're able to answer questions knowledgeably and take the time with customers to really, like, okay, well, sure, we can find something for you. And then two, also it's about cleanliness for us, because a lot of the Cicerone stuff is like, how do you clean a glass truly? And
how do you know a glass is truly clean?
Yes.
How do you clean a tap line? Like, it's just basic, like,
and CO2 knowledge and
don't dip the tap into the glass. Like just random stuff like that. Just
how much
hygiene.
foam goes in a glass? How do you
Right.
clean off a glass and making it presentable? Because if you get a glass or if I get a glass and it has bubbles all along the side, I know it's dirty. And I will probably still be okay with drinking it because it's probably washed last night, but at the same time, I know that it wasn't their priority. Their product wasn't their priority, and so I want our glasses to be absolutely perfect. And this is what you purchased. It's just like a product you buy at a store. If it's not perfect, I would take it back. So that's another reason it was important for us to be Cicerone.
And they also get asked a lot of times when they say, like, hey, well, what would you like to try or what would you like to drink today? And they'll go, I don't know, what's your favorite?
Yeah.
And I think it's extremely important for, whenever we put a new beer on for a week, we have our staff try that beer and say, this is what this is about. This is what we put into it. This is what we did. And then they can make their own decision. Do they like that? And they can really truly answer the question, like, what's your favorite beer here? And they can say, oh, I just tried this today and I really liked it. You should try it too. And not just kind of be an empty, like, pushing a new beer, like, oh yeah, this is brand new, you should drink it. No, I tasted it and I liked it, and I think you should try it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Tulsa's beer drinkers are smart. They're not stupid. I mean, and they have tried a lot of stuff. So they might say, I really liked Marshall's wheat beer. Would I like your wheat beer? And we'll say, hey, here's how they differ. If you liked this aspect of it, you might like ours too.
Right.
So, I mean, we're pretty good beer drinkers here in Tulsa, honestly.
So we talked a little bit about Hanson earlier with the Hop Jam stuff and the PB incident, but you guys just did another collab beer with them and the food bank dinner. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we don't talk about scary again. Yeah.
Okay.
150 people that paid $150 a ticket to show up and drink your beer with some amazing food, which was pretty interesting working with him on that menu and stuff. And it's great. We went on TV for it on Channel 8, and they caught me off guard by going to me first to talk. So I ended up being like, a day beers. And thankfully everybody else was a little more seasoned and they were able to kind of pick up the slack, and the segment turned out good. But really just having so many people show up for such a great cause, and I was just blown away the entire night by people coming up to me and being like, hey, we love your beer. And I'm like, I spend so much time locked away in the brew house, like, doing stuff, and it's just kind of strange for people outside of my little bubble here on 6th Street to be like, hey, we really like what you're doing. And but plus being with the Hansons is like always a blast.
Yeah.
There's always something cool going on.
And Jeff Lawson of the Eastern Oklahoma Food Bank, killer chef.
Yeah.
Ridiculous food. I mean,
it
he's
was
so
crazy.
good at what he does.
And also another fun fact too, whenever he was on TV, he was trying to get these nuts out, just be like, he really wanted to say it on there.
Yeah.
But he wasn't able to because, TV and whatnot. But the next week we were on Channel 6 showing off our brew house and stuff, and I got to say it. I got to say these nuts on TV.
Nice.
And then the dish that he paired the these nuts with was actually with lamb fries too, so he was able to get testicles on the menu. So yeah, life's great whenever you get to say things like these nuts and eat balls in front of 150 people.
Travis's inner teenager is so satisfied right now.
Oh yeah. No, I felt great hearing these nuts on TV and then watching everybody eat lamb fries and drink beer called these nuts. It's like we kind of said during the dinner, it's like it's our big middle finger to like traditional beer and stuff, sometimes to be like, yeah, this is a big giant like adjunct stout with lactose and peanut butter and Hershey syrup, and yeah, we called it these nuts.
Yeah.
And you have to ask for these nuts whenever you order it. I don't know. Yeah, I am a kid inside.
That's great. Got to pair it with a sausage too. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Man.
These nuts.
I didn't even think about
yeah.
that. Damn.
Heck yeah.
We talked a little bit earlier about plans for distribution in the future with the new brew house and everything. Do you have a plan on when that might happen so people outside of Tulsa can try the beer?
That's the big question.
I hope to start ramping up stuff probably within the next month or so. We're still waiting on just random little things right now. A gas meter, really, and then we can get our health department and finish up our paperwork and stuff, So we're still probably a couple weeks out, I think, from being like fully operational over here. So for the time being, we're just soldiering on and waiting until bureaucratic people sign off on stuff, which seems to be the beer industry all together is always waiting on somebody else to tell you what you can do.
Yeah, but the really cool part is that we have, camera doesn't see it, but we have a full pallet of strawberry blonde cans. We have a full pallet of watermelon ghost cans. And so that is like, hey, that's our ticket. That was one of the big things we were waiting for because it's like a 6-week turnaround. So as soon as we want to get it in the tanks, we can have it pretty much ASAP. And we've been hand canning a lot of stuff. We actually hand canned about a barrel just yesterday. It only took a couple hours, so we're ready to go. If it means just all of us pitching in and just canning a bunch of stuff, it works.
Yeah.
So we'd love to get it out and get it moving, and that's what people are really looking for.
We sent out our first pallet of beer from the brew house, like the first full pallet in a year, to Boardwalk. And it was probably 3 days later I jumped on and checked inventory because I was, just expecting like, okay, I know Andolini's was waiting to pick some up and stuff, but there was a 0 on the in stock on the 18 kegs of beer I just sent out.
Awesome.
I was like, oh geez, oh God. I need more tanks, guys. I need more tanks.
And we are doing our pros. So pros will be available for distribution
pros
too, which is exciting. So that'll be coming up too.
Nice.
Which is nice.
Just doing what we can with what we got for now.
Yeah.
Adding tanks and not owing anybody.
Yeah, we always talk about that. Like, I feel like, I don't want to say we brag about it, but we just never wanted to grow too fast and owe too many people. Like, we just never wanted to bite off more than we could chew. So that's why we worked on a 400 square foot space for a long time. And then we were able to upgrade, and it's like you just level up slowly.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Do I get like a noise whenever I hit the next level?
Boing, boing, boing.
Level 5. You are now level 5 brewery. Only 70 more levels to go.
I was going to say, there's 100 levels. Shit.
That made you keep playing for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
So since you guys have been on the show before, and generally when we have people on for the first time, we ask first craft beer and that kind of thing. I thought we'd change it up a little bit and ask what the best craft beer you've had in the last year is.
You might have to give me a second on that one.
Sure.
So I can think.
I can answer mine.
Okay, you go.
Does it have to be from here? It can be from anywhere.
Oh, anywhere, yeah.
I love Marshall's 10 barrel, is it rum?
Yeah, rum
Oh,
barrel.
the 10th anniversary.
The 10th anniversary rum barrel. Like, anytime I can get that, that's what I get every single time. I love it. I'm going to be so sad when it finally runs out. I'm sure it's out.
I think it is. I
Yeah.
think it's done. Yeah.
Because I drank it all, to be honest. And every time I was in there, I'd buy that bottle and I'd drink at least one glass of it. And it was killer every time. And that entire series was, I'm not a big Scotch person. I really like their Scotch one. I liked all their renditions on that. It was amazing.
Mine's gonna be probably the Abide from Brash Rico. They had a buddy bring up a couple of crowlers, and it's just a white Russian stout, and it was freaking killer. I'm a sucker for giant stouts and barrel-aged beers. So
Bottle Logic had some killer stuff too this year.
yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there, man.
Yeah. I was sure you were going to say something from Bierstadt.
Oh, well, I haven't been to Bierstadt this year, so.
Oh, it wasn't this year. Okay.
No, I will, though, here for the Great American Beer Fest. I'll be dropping by here next month, so.
We'll try to bring some crawlers home. And
Yeah.
Right on.
crack
Heck
'em.
yeah. Fly home with crowlers of lager.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I did. I tasted it at the CBAO. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that
Actually,
was
was there.
But
there
that
too.
wasn't like in the tap room.
No,
It was
it
like
doesn't
with a liter
count.
and
Yeah.
like, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'll save it. I'll save it for next year. How's that?
Okay, sounds good.
Speaking of the GABF, it's always seems to be a big draw for everybody. People always want to go to that. Can you talk to us a little bit about it? Why you're looking forward to going to it?
Sure. We've never been before. Never been as a patron, never been as a brewery. And then we got the opportunity from the CBAO to take a keg up there and basically like volunteer to pour for one night. And then we got tickets for the Saturday deal as well, so we can hang out and talk to people as part of the industry and then go as a patron and just kind of see, what's out there and what people are doing. It's always good to go see what other people in different parts of the country are doing, bring that back to Oklahoma and, put our spin on it or whatever.
Yeah.
But should be pretty interesting. I've heard awesome stories about it.
Yeah, I'm excited to pour for it. I feel like we're pretty veteran pourers because we've been doing, like, the Little Festival on the Prairie was the first festival we've ever attended. We have not poured at. So it was really weird to be on the other side of the table and be like, is this how you take my glass? What's happening here? And so to be, we're usually on the other side, and so like another like leveling up thing. Like our biggest festivals obviously are Harvest Beer Festival and Hop Jam.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just envision a total shit show and sweating and nervously passing glasses and stuff. But
Sweaty craft beer guys.
apparently there's like a pavilion where all the state unions are at. So like you would go and try the table that's North Dakota or the table that's Texas. Yeah. Which is super, I think that's amazing. Yeah. So we'll be at the Oklahoma table on Thursday night if you're going. We'd love to see you, shake your hand.
Come by.
And we'll be pouring with our tap room like manager guy Kyle. So it'll be quite the experience, and we're excited.
For sure.
We're taking these nuts.
You
Somebody's
have
asking,
to.
yeah.
100% have to
flying
make
with
people
these
ask for that.
These nights around at Great American Beer Festival.
That's right.
It's gonna be crazy.
Never get old.
So I think that's all the questions that we had. Do you guys have anything else you want to mention or throw out while we're talking?
Well, I would say we're not stopping anytime soon with the one-off beers. So keep watching our Facebook and Instagram and whatnot, because there's always gonna be something new coming out. For sure.
Yeah, especially now that we have our barrels kind of in gear and we've kind of figured out how to, sanitize them, make them great for like just settling and aging. And then plus, I don't know if the mass majority knows this, but cider is available to brewers to brew now, starting November 1st. So, like I always brag about Travis's ability, but like if there's anything he's good at is fruits.
Fruit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is fruity beers and stuff. And so I'm really excited about that. And I'm also thinking a lot about like the barrel-aged ciders and what we can do with that kind of thing. And I don't know, just kind of exploring that.
Tepache on the menu, maybe? Yeah, we'll see.
Absolutely, Tepache. That'll be crazy. So,
Hell yeah.
going full force.
Rock on.
And social media wise, where can people find you guys?
Nothing's Left Brewing.
Yep.
Okay.
Just type it in. Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram. We're pretty heavy on those two. Not so much Twitter, but we're there. You can tweet us or whatever. I probably won't.
We'll never look at it. But IG tag us.
Same here.
Yeah.
Shit, you can text me. I'll probably text back.
Yeah. It's on the card.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff.
Right on. Well, thank you guys for having us out again.
Thanks for having us
Thanks for
on.
being friends.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
That guy said, "Don't let the door hit in the vagina on the way out." That was hilarious.
Good idea.
You've just listened to another round of Pub Talk. Thanks again to Lacy and Travis from Nothing's Left for having us out today to talk about their first year and all of the fun things you should check out at the brewery for their birthday this week. If you like what you heard today, show us some love all over social media at Pub Talk Podcast. And to continue getting alerts every time we drop an episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on all of your favorite podcast apps. To find out all you've ever wanted to know about the show and more, head over to our website, pubtalkpodcast.com. And remember, folks, there's never anything too big or hard in life that you can't handle it over a few beers with your good friends. So until next time, just chill to the next episode.